When Stephen King calls a book bloody brilliant, you know it won't disappoint you. I just finished listening to an amazing audiobook by Sarah Pinborough called Behind Her Eyes, and today I'll be doing a spoiler-free review of this book. This is a psychological thriller with elements of magic realism or supernatural, whatever you choose to call them. Behind Her Eyes is a story of a young woman called Louise Barnsley who works as a secretary in a psychiatric clinic in London. Now, after her husband walks out on her, her life becomes pretty mundane and pretty much revolves around her 7-year-old son, Adam. Louise almost gives up any hope of dating again, but then one day she meets a brooding man, David Martin, in a bar, and they both start liking each other. In the meanwhile, Louise bumps into a woman called Adele who quickly ends up becoming her close friend. And so far so good, except Adele is David's wife. Unfortunately for Louise, David is a married man, and his wife Adele is beautiful, elegant, rich, and perfect in every sense. But it's apparent that the relationship between David and Adele is very strained. So here we have Louise, who is in love with David and is BFFs with his wife, and without realizing it, is getting pulled into the dark web of secrets. The book is great, no doubt, but if you opt for the audiobook version, as I did, then the experience of listening to the book is just thrilling. I listened to the book on the Storytel app, in which the book is narrated beautifully by B. Holland, Josie Dunn, Anna Bentnick, with a cameo of sorts by Hugh Parmenter, who I'm guessing is the actor who played the role of Roland in Vikings, but I'm not sure, so if you know anything, let me know. Pretty early on in the book, you can sense that the married couple, David and Adele, have been through some sort of tragedy, also something really sinister. Throughout the book, I was just dying to know what secret this couple is hiding. There is mystery surrounding David and Adele, and Sarah Pinborough, who is the author of this book, hats off to her, she unveils this dark secret very slowly by switching between past and present, and then the ending of this book is like a bolt from blue. When this book was released in 2017, its surprise ending was received with mixed reviews. Some people called it brilliant, others called it bizarre, and some people thought that it was just ridiculous. The ending was widely discussed on Twitter, trending the hashtag WTF that ending. Call it what you want, but this ending does manage to shock you. Behind Her Eyes has now sold almost 1 million copies around the world. The book has been on the #1 spot on the New York Times as well as the Sunday Times bestsellers list. The book has also been adapted as a limited series on Netflix. I've realized that I've started reading a lot more ever since I have switched to audiobooks. I don't have to put a book down every time I have to run an errand or do some work. The audiobook keeps playing even when I'm feeding my son or helping him with his jigsaw puzzles. I have also started walking a lot, by the way. My favorite way to enjoy an audiobook is just to put on my sports shoes, put on my earphones, play an audiobook, and just head out for a stroll. I don't even have to bother about connectivity when I'm listening to audiobooks on the Storytel app. I just download the offline version of the book on my app so that I can listen to the book on the road even if I don't have an active internet connection. The Storytel app has now launched a listening goal feature which helps you create a reading, or in this case, listening goals. Say I want to listen to 24 books the next year. I will set the goal and the app will remind me of how many books I have read and how many more I need to read in order to achieve my goal. If you love using habit trackers, you'll enjoy this feature. Now the question is, would I recommend this book? If you're someone who loves thrillers, you love fantasy, you love supernatural, then yes, read this book. Next week, I will be reviewing a book written by an author who won a prestigious award earlier this month. So I'll see you then. Bye-bye.